Hee-oh-ho, hee-oh-hey.
The annual event is marked every year by the hanging of red dresses for a lost or stolen Indigenous sister. But it also serves as a day to raise awareness around how police and law enforcement treat missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Today, people gathered at Vancouver City Hall to mark the day where parents of missing women spoke.
I could speak endlessly on the injustices that happened in her case, and I can speak on that with strength, but when I talk about her, I break.
The Union of BC Indian Chiefs is again talking today to call on authorities to end discrimination, sexism, and violence enacted by the multilateral justice systems. The Union of BC Indian Chiefs are highlighting the VPD data that shows Indigenous women were second only to Indigenous girls under 18 to be victims of violence in the city over the last year.
So all of you are witnesses today to hear the stories, feel the anguish, have sympathy and understanding, compassion, as well as raise awareness of Red Dress Days.
Red Dress Day started on May 5th, 2010, a project by Métis artist Jamie Black. But the issues that Red Dress commemorates have long existed. This CBC's Wawmeesh Hamilton reports remembering is just the first step.
The roots of Red Dress Day go back much further than 2010. The year a Métis artist hung hundreds of red dresses around Winnipeg. Compared to then, or even earlier, the names of missing and murdered women and girls are more prominent today. Noelle O'Soup, Tatiana Harrison, Chelsea Poorman. We say their names, we remember them. Sensibilities, if we can call them that, have changed. Because I recall a time when names weren't said aloud. There was a time nobody cared. At least that's how it felt to me. Victims of crime, these women and girls, were also victims of indifference. I remember one such death. I was 11 going on 12. A woman from my community was killed in Vancouver. Her name was Helena George. She was a mother of 6 from the Hoopatchisitt First Nation. It was 1976. The police and media identified her using a picture from the morgue. Her face, seen like that on TV. As I recall, that's how her family learned she had died. Indigenous women face life-threatening gender-based violence at such a disproportionate scale, it's hard to fathom. Nearly 1,500 families testified to this during a national inquiry. Their voices got through. What they had to say about their loved ones changed Canada at least a little. So back to those sensibilities, the ones I see changing. It could be argued that things are not that different, but the fact is they are. What I see is something I call reflective guilt. It calls on you to do something. It calls on you to feel. It leaves no room for banal disinterest. A bruised photo on the news. Red Dress Day is an important day for all of us to remember, reflect, and care. Every day before and after is the time to look at why we need this day at all. For CBC Vancouver, I'm Wawmeesh Hamilton.